How's it going, everybody? I'm Astrologer Lisa Paron, and I have your March 2017 astrology and crystal forecast. But first, I want to give you a quick reminder that my latest article with Horoscope magazine is entitled Egyptian Astrology, and you can read about it in the March 2017 edition of Horoscope magazine, on sale now. On to March. March will come in like a soggy lion with the aftershocks of the eclipse from February 26 still in effect. The sun will be in the watery sign of Pisces until the 20th, and that will bring up past life issues, old hurts from the past, making some people very emotional and fragile indeed. Especially if you're a water sign of Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, you will feel this energy quite a bit, because there's, I think, just ending February into March, there's 5 planetary energies in the sign of Pisces. That's very, very emotional. So there's going to be some shaky energy afoot starting on the 1st with the Moon, Pluto, and Uranus, which will be accelerated by Jupiter and Mars. All these planets are working together in synchronicity, making the day full of surprises and possible shakeups. Expect the unexpected around the first few days of March. The sun is also right beside magical Neptune at a spiritually karmic number 11 in the watery sign of Pisces. This is an excellent time to pursue spiritual matters, learn about the occult sciences, or metaphysics. The veil to the other side is open for those people wanting to investigate this kind of phenomenon. If you have planets around 11 degrees of Pisces in particular, especially Neptune at 11 degrees of Pisces, you may have a vision, paranormal or supernatural experience in your life. On the 2nd, Jupiter is in opposition to unstable Uranus, and this is affecting the signs of Libra and Aries more so. It is also the karmic master number 22, and this represents our dreams, aspirations, desires, and wishes. This can influence some of you to bolt out of a situation, a job, or a relationship just out of the blue, make you feel like, fuck it, I just want to get out of here, I've had enough. You may feel extremely restless or edgy, but my advice is to think carefully before you march off in a huff. You might regret it later, and it's probably not as bad as you temporarily think it is anyway. All this energy with the eclipse and all these other planets just makes everything seem way worse and confusing than it actually is. And once the energies have sort of gone away and diminished from each other, things will start to lighten up in your life. You won't feel near as bad, so just chill. And this particular thing I'm talking about will affect the majority of people, especially if you have planets around 22 degrees. You'll be feeling this more so than most people. Then on the 4th, Venus goes into the retrograde zone until April 15th. During this time, all things related to beauty, money, and sex will have a diminishing, unstable, and unfavorable influence or energy associated with it. Now I'm going to put a link up here so you can click on it after my video. I would like you to hear the rest of this first because it's important for you. It's going to help you as well. The more information you can get, the better, right? I'll put up a link and you can click on it and see how Venus will retrograde your particular sun sign. I tell you what solar house it will be in and how it might affect you. If you want to know more about Venus retrograde. Then on the 9th of March, Mars enters the Earth sign of Taurus, and this can make Earth signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn a little more stubborn than they usually are for a little while anyway. And when Mars is in the sign of Taurus, people in general do not want to be rushed or prodded into making any hasty decisions. They don't want to be pushed or forced into anything. It'll just piss them off, and it will just make them plant their hooves firmly in the ground further. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to force the issue with people. People want to take their time, but it will also stimulate a desire for pleasure, for fine food, and smoldering romance, or negatively for some people, it could also make you prone to accidents, stubborn behavior, or anger issues. Then we have a full moon on the 12th in the Earth sign of Virgo. The full moon is at a karmic master number 22 again, and that will be energizing aspects that happened over the last couple of weeks that were energizing. I use the word energizing again. I'm trying to think of a different word to describe it, but activating planets at 22 degrees. So if you think back a couple of weeks ago how you were feeling, this might be a revisitation of that same situation or conversation or feeling that you have. And this could be a time for some of you when your past efforts, your hard work, could finally pay off or reach a conclusion of some sort. Full moons are usually associated with bringing something to a close, to finishing something. It's reaching its fruition, harvest. But because the moon, and it's also a good time to clear out the clutter around your house or in your life. Donate stuff to charity, bring it to the Goodwill or whatever. Donate that unwanted or unused pet supplies to your local shelter. Do something of service to help your fellow man in the process of clearing your life and making way for new positive things to come in. You want to make things nice, neat, and tidy to let the good positive energy flow in and make room for new opportunities. And because the full moon involves both celestial lights of the sun and the moon, it has a sense of duality about it. So it's entirely possible a new opportunity may be presented to you, especially if you have favorably aspected planets around 22 degrees of Virgo or the earth signs of Taurus and Capricorn. Then on the 13th, the energy shifts a little bit as Mercury enters the fire sign of Aries, where it will stay for about 3 weeks. Okay then, I don't know what that sound was. During this time, people will be more prone to, maybe it's a spook, maybe, anything goes around here. During this time, the life of a psychic, that's the reality. During this time, people will be more prone to speak their mind and to take action. Maybe that was a message. Not sit around or leave anything to chance. This is not a time when people will want to sit back and wait for something to happen. They'll want to go for it now, whatever it happens to be. Energy can also make some people feel restless or edgy and maybe even more aggressive than they normally are. Then on the 20th, we have another boost of fire energy coming in when the sun enters the fire sign of Aries, and that'll be for approximately 30 days. This is also a day when spring begins in the northern hemisphere, and we celebrate the spring solstice, spring equinox. This is a time of new beginnings and a fresh new year, so bring it on, baby. Make the most of it. This is a day to write down your wishes. Put them down on a piece of paper, whatever it is, whatever idea or wish or dream or hope or aspiration that you have in your heart, no matter how out of reach it may seem at this time, put all those negative thoughts aside and write them all down. Write all your wishes down on a piece of paper, fold it into and stick it under a wee pyramid if you have it, or a crystal, or a special seashell, or some little memento that you hold dear, and watch this energy grow. And you'll be amazed if you leave it and you look at this piece of paper in a year's time, you're going to say, wow, a bunch of these things happened. Anything is possible if you believe in magic, and the magic of your own positivity and reaching for the stars. Never mind what anybody says on social media. It's all bullshit. Do what you want to do. Be your own person. You can be anything you want, especially in this day and age, especially if you're a girl. If you want to do something, you go for it. Don't sit around and wait for it to come get you. Go pursue it. Women have never had so much power in their lives. In our civilization or in history of Earth, go for it. Anybody can do what they want to do. You just have to believe. I know. I've been through hell and back. I had a horrible childhood, and look where I am now. Even if you're bullied, it doesn't matter. You can overcome it. Anyway, rant is over. I'll get back to the forecast. I just thought I'd throw that in there for anybody who says, "Oh, you read your stuff." There's some what's the word? Improvisation for you. So anyway, with the energies going into Aries, they've got the Sun and Mercury. The Sun. This can make you feel a little bit restless or edgy, especially if you have planets around, planets in Aries or fire signs. This will accelerate or energize that planetary position. So it's an excellent time if you're feeling restless or edgy, or like you're crawling out of your skin or something like that, because the planets have been kind of strange. This is a good time to check out some kind of physical activity, maybe even just go for a walk, especially if you're out in the forest or something, or in nature in particular, will help ground you and bring you down to earth, not bring you down emotionally, to help you, make you feel better, stronger, faster. Some of you with favorably aspected fire energy in your horoscope will feel especially physically energetic and peppy during the next month. Now, on the 23rd, watch your mouth, because Mercury makes an adverse or negative aspect to Pluto. And Pluto's an intense planet at 19 degrees of Aries and Capricorn. This is not the day, This is not the day to tell somebody how you feel, as the moon will also be square or in cranky angle to Mars. You may be sorry you said anything. People in general will be irritable. Fuck. Just give me a second, I'll fix this. Sorry about that. Sorry I swore. Sorry about that. Can't control real life when the phone rings and you can't answer it. So to continue on what I was talking about, on the 23rd, you got to watch your mouth, because Mercury is making an adverse aspect to Pluto at 19 degrees of Aries and Capricorn. And this is not the day to tell somebody how you really feel about them. The moon is also square or in a cranky angle with Mars. You may be sorry you said anything at all. People in general around the 23rd, a few days before and a few days after, will be feeling especially irritable. Emotions could be building like a volcano. They'll be feeling intense. They'll be prone to more sarcasm and bitter arguments. Watch your driving for road rage on the drive, and take care while traveling. Sorry. The 23rd is not a very favorable day to fly, as you can expect delays or cancellations, temperamental travelers, and incidents on the road and while out and about. You may also see on the news about severe weather conditions, shakeups, or fire-related tragedies. This is also a day when you will hear news about conflict and violence around the world. Just to add insult to injury on the 24th, and sorry to tell you, but this is the reality of astrology. You want to know the truth. There's so much false news and information. I don't want to sugarcoat it and say, oh, everything's just going to be great, because it's not for a couple of days, and that's just the way it is. It's not the end of the world, but it'll be a little rough, and it's just similar to the weather. Someday it's going to be a thunderstorm, someday it's sunny and nice. Astrology is the same idea. So, to add insult to injury, on the 24th, we've got Mercury in opposition to Jupiter, and this could lead to this energy, planetary energy, could accelerate those other influences, so it could bring your argument to the next level. Or this aspect is also associated with overconfidence, as well as overstating the facts and making a mountain out of a molehill where there is none. You got to really be on the lookout. This is for everybody. Be on the lookout for liars, scam artists, and fake profiles from somebody wanting to make a friend with you on social media. The 25th is a lovely day for passion, love, and romance, with Venus conjunct or very close to the Sun at 4 degrees of Aries. That means the Sun and Venus are right beside each other in the sky. With the Moon in dreamy Pisces, this will add even more romance and a magical quality to the day on the 25th. It's an excellent day for expressing your creativity, whether you're an artist or an actor. You'll find, or a writer, you will find inspiration more easily. Your ideas will flow to you better, and you'll be able to do things in a nice flow. And actors or anyone being photographed will be able to show their best side as well. And people born with the Sun in Aries, they will be more physically attractive in the eyes of other people for the next 3 weeks. So get out there and socialize if you're single. Some of you on a date with someone for the first time around the 25th may find this person to be very bold or hot to trot. So take care if this is not what you're into. They could be showing their desire for you a little too much, a little too soon, would be a way to describe it the best. And then on the 27th, we have a new moon at 7 degrees of Aries. It's another excellent day to start something new or to begin something. Make a wish. Write down wishes. Like I was telling you previous, the moon in Aries will also bring on a desire to begin some spunky new project. You want to start something. The moon will be very close to the planet Venus, the planet of love. It's generally a really good time for women or gay men to encounter a new man or some handsome stranger. You might find a new love interest come into your life around this time. But just keep in mind that Venus is retrograde. So this may be the scenario of what happens. It could be like 2 ships passing in the night rather than a budding romance leading to a serious commitment or solid relationship later, if you catch my drift. On the 30th, Jupiter in Libra squares Pluto in Capricorn. Now, this is a major aspect causing relationship tensions, and it could bring up drama from the past. This is the second square, or the second of such an aspect between these two challenging aspects between these two outer moving, heavy hitting planets, because they're both pretty strong, Jupiter and Pluto. This is the second in a series of 3, and this could bring on some arrogant behavior, fanatical obsessions with something, or a conflict with authority of some sort. You may feel like your money is burning a hole in your pocket or something like that, and you might have a strong desire to make an extravagant purchase, but now is not the time, not with Venus retrograde. On the 31st, Mercury enters the earthy sign of Taurus, where it will stay for about 3 weeks. During this time, people in general will want to think carefully before they speak. They're not just going to blurt out whatever's in their mind. They're going to think about it a little better, but carefully before they say anything. And they want to evaluate any situation that they're in first before they decide what they're going to do. Especially if you have planets, lots of Earth planets like Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn in your horoscope. And people will not be taking kindly to being rushed or hurried along to make any kind of decision, but they will very much enjoy indulging in the pleasures of life, all of them, including fine food, drink, and sex more than usual. I also have a crystal recommendation for all sun signs, and I'll put the link up that you can check it out if you're interested to know what crystal would be the best for you to utilize this energy the most and to the best for the most success. So click on the link if you're interested. And just to let you know, if you are interested in knowing about your career or your love life or your future or past lives, or perhaps you would like to connect with someone from the other side and would like to get a message, perhaps you would consider an in-depth reading with me, where it is based on your date, location, and time of birth. We can do a combination of astrology and tarot, or astrology and spiritual guidance, or a custom reading to check out, say, your past, your birth chart, your best careers, and your future. I can also check out your compatibility with someone else. Whether or not they're the same sex as you makes no difference. If it's 2 men, 2 women, a man and a woman. I can also check for you if you happen to be in a love triangle or believe you are attracted to or in love with 2 people, and you want to know how or who would be the better choice for you for a long-term commitment. I can do that too. I'm your astrologer, Lisa Paron, and the stars speak to me. If you would like an in-depth reading with me, check out astromojo.com/in-depth readings, and I'll see what I can do for you. I'll talk to you next time. Everybody take care now. Bye-bye.